Here's how we're going to change your printer. You take off this screw on the one side and you take off this screw on the other side, same spot. Lift up the unit like so. You got a Phillips head screw here you got to take loose. And a Phillips head screw over here you got to take loose. Make sure you hold the gold part or have it leaning pretty far back or that gold thing will slam down. So now you're going to lift easily this internal section, and as you can see down in there you got ribbon cables you got to unconnect. So you got one here that he's unconnecting. If you do that one first, then you can kind of get down to the other ones. Move your left hand, Mike. There you go. Go ahead, and you see these other connectors you got to disconnect.
In the same place.
Alright. The ribbon cables, the one from the top display goes on the bottom, and the one from the bottom display goes on the top. So when you're taking off those ribbon cables, just make sure you put them back the same way they came off. Then that folds down. Okay, you see your printer's right here. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to unconnect all the connections that go to, you got one connection there. Got another one there in front of the printer that you got to disconnect right here to get this one out.
These two. No.
You got the one in the back.
Yep, this one you got to disconnect. One there, and this one back in here.
And there's another one back in the back side you got to disconnect. See that one? Okay. Then you're going to take that board off. Right? Is that what you're doing now?
Yep.
He's taking the back board off. Takes its four little nuts. What type of wrench is that?
What size?
Yeah.
Not sure. I think
that's
it's about a quarter of an inch.
Probably a quarter inch.
Or 5/16, somewhere around there.
Take off the other one. There's one down in there, one on the other side.
4 total.
There's the other one. Isn't it easier if you take that printer, if you take the four screws and take the printer off first and then take the board off? So if you want to, you see the printer part, there's a screw here and a screw here and a screw there. If you take that off first, it's easier to get these other two screws out that he kind of did it ass backwards. But it'll work.
It holds together.
It holds it together.
I'm not fighting the printer.
Not fighting the printer? Yeah. That's a good thought. So then you take these four screws off.
And make sure, see the small washer in the back? This one's a big one. Make sure that small washer, these go back right where they came from.
Okay. Small washer goes in the back. The other posts have bigger washers, so make sure the small one goes in the back.
If you use a big one in the back, it hits the gear and the printer won't work.
Okay. Okay, so that I was not aware of that. That's something good for me. I learned a little bit. So it was very important you put the small washer to the back right.
Both backs.
Alright. On both of the back sides. Back right and left needs small washer. Front gets big washers. If not, printer hits gear. Printer don't work. Okay. So you loosen those four screws, pull your printer out. You could do that first. I prefer to do that first, right? And then take the that ribbon cable. You got to slide those off the post. All right. And you see how your ribbon cable it just slides down into that little groove. Pull that out, and then slide your next. Now when you put your other one back on, just show them with that same printer, because that's a good printer. You just take and you slide it down in there where your chrome looking pieces slide in, and they make contact with the contactors, and then you put it back together the same way you took it apart. That's it.